Hey guys, it's Queenly Vibes, and I am back with another video. We're going to be talking about the movie Left for Dead, and this is my movie review. I got a chance to see this movie a couple of days ago, and I'm like, wow, this is another movie based on a true story, so we're just going to chat about it. I thought it was acted really well, to all of the actresses and actors that played a role in this movie. I thought it was really, really good. And it's unfortunate that, this story is based on this young lady, Ashley Reeves. But again, I love Lifetime movies because we do have a chance to see someone's story and the tragedy and the different things that they have gone through, and a lot of them being survivors of it. So, we just have to learn from these movies because there are some psychopaths out here. And this guy was a sicko, Excuse me. While I'm doing my review, I'm just going to be snacking on some strawberries or what have you. It's dinner time. I don't really have the biggest of appetite, but I do, just want to snack a little bit. So thank you to all of my subscribers so far. I really appreciate it. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. So let's get into this. Give me a minute. Anyway, the movie is Left for Dead, the Ashley Reeves story. I'm just going to read just a little bit here. Back in April 2006, a high school junior from the village of Millstadt, Illinois, Ashley Reeves, which she was portrayed by Anwin O'Driscoll. I hope I said her name properly. By the way, phenomenal actress, the young lady Anwin. I thought she did a dynamite role. I'm just going to give out a couple of, I'm just going to critique and, say the things that I liked about the actors and actresses and everything. This girl is phenomenal. I don't know what else she's been on. I don't think I've seen her in any other movies or what have you. But this young lady, she gave me everything that was required, as if she had to put on a show for me. But I thought she was phenomenal. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but, just her portraying this role, even when, she almost lost her life and she was unconscious in the hospital and she had to regain strength and work with the physical therapy and all of that. And she just, portrayed this role really, really well. Anyhow, let's get back into this. Ashley Reeves, she appeared to have it all. She had parents and friends and everyone who loved her, supported her. No one knew that she was romantically involved with an older man on the side, and unfortunately, that later became the catalyst of it all. This guy that she was involved with used to be her old junior high school teacher. Let me jump into exactly what teacher he was. Yada, yada, yada. Let me skip down here. Strawberry break. Hang on. Oh, this is what it was. He was a boyfriend, but he used to be her 7th grade gym coach because while she was dating him, I believe he taught he was still a gym coach or what have you. So she started hanging out with this guy. The girls thought that he was cute and everything. The actor that portrayed him, he was a nice looking guy and everything. And as a teenager, as girls, we've all, all of us have experienced. Well, I can't speak for all of us, but it's not uncommon that, as a teenager, you develop a crush on a teacher that's, very attractive and handsome. I can remember in junior high school, us girls, we used to go through the same thing, especially if we had substitute teachers that were hot and everything. It was just like our hormones, our hormones were raging and everything. And this is just something that we go through. And young boys go through it as well. So the story wasn't that unusual or what have you, but it just got out of control that she actually started to date this guy, and he took well advantage of her, and I believe honestly that's why he targeted younger girls, because he knew that they were into him, and it's something that he can control. He can be in control of the situation, and just be sick, and be the sick psychopath that he was. Let me see here. And looking at the real guy here, which his name is Samson Shelton. He's not a bad looking guy, but in his eyes you can see that he's a total psychopath. He just have that serial killer look. It's all in the eyes there. The signs are there. So anyhow, let's just jump into the movie. When it first came on, they showed this girl. She's just lying face down in the woods. The cops come, the whole nine and everything, and she was just basically out there left for dead. And this guy took her all the way out in the woods. Like, he literally drove her out and left her out there in the woods. And the part that had me choked up in the movie, hang on a second. One of the parts that really had me choked up was when she testified, in court. And it just really had me in tears because, and then they finally showed exactly what this maniac did to her, driving her out, way out in the woods. What did he initially do to her? Well, he strangled her and all of that. And it wasn't enough for him to actually strangle her. He took his belt off and wrapped it around her neck, put his foot in the middle of her back, and just, tightened it with all of his might until the belt actually broke to strangle this girl, So he just really, truly wanted to kill her. And, by the grace of God, she survived. And it just really broke my heart, because my thing is, if you just wanted to, you wanted to protect your career, and you didn't want it to come out that you were dating an underage girl, your former student, or what have you, why mess around with her in the first place? Even if he felt flattered, even if he's, was flattered by, these, young girls, for thinking that he's cute, this, that, and the third, if it got to his ego, what have you. But just don't let it go that far. Be the responsible adult to say, okay, no, this is, a kid. She's my student, at least, just say, well, when she's like 21, maybe, or what have you, but just move on. He could obviously he can date women his age, this, that, and the third. But see, it was something already off with this guy, because for him to take it that far to do the things that he did to this young lady, that was something that was already in him. And he just took that opportunity to just let it all out, because to me, looking at this guy and looking at his, the real pictures, he looks like a total serial killer. This guy, not only does he appear to be psycho, he demonstrated that he is actually psycho. You know what I mean? Because what would make a person do that? You break it off, you move on, or what have you, or you just don't do it in the first place. So definitely, well, watching the movie and everything, I can honestly tell that wasn't his first time. And I'm not going to say that he attempted to murder someone else, and I wouldn't say that, I don't have proof of that. But I can tell that he slept around with other underage girls. You can see that clearly. So, anyhow, let's talk about Jeannie Garth. I thought she played this role really well. I love Jeannie Garth from back in the day. Excuse me. These strawberries are so tangy. They're really good, but strawberries normally have a bit of a tang taste to it. Next time I probably will pick a different fruit. Because this is kind of like a slash mukbang or what have you. This is tangy, so my tongue is kind of like, Anyway, Jeannie Garth, I love her from back in the day, from Beverly Hills 90210. And as a matter of fact, that's the only real role that I've seen her play. I know she did a show with Amanda Bynes, I think that's her name. And it was okay and everything, but for me, her best role was Kelly on Beverly Hills 90210. I used to, love that show. She's done a couple of their Lifetime movies and everything, and I think she kind of just fits that role of a Lifetime movie mom, or or what have you. She fits the role of that. Not all of these actors and actresses are going to make it to the big screen or what have you. It is what it is. I mean, it's as long as they're able to utilize their talents and gifts, it doesn't matter. I thought she did a great job. And, she looks well. She still looks really good. I did see her on the Wendy Williams show. She looked fabulous and everything. But this young lady that played the role of Ashley Reeves, let's see, again, I don't want to mess her name up. Let me go back up here. Yeah, and one. She did a fabulous job. Now, her, I can definitely see her on the big screen. Like I said, I don't know if I've seen anything else with, with her in, on it. But I'm looking for her, this young lady on the big screen, Anwen O'Driscoll. Phenomenal. Anyhow, so she did have a boyfriend and everything. And at first, before I did a little bit of research about the movie, because sometimes with Lifetime, even though it's a true story, they kind of put a little twist to the movie. Sometimes they don't portray it exactly as the Lifetime, the real Lifetime events and things that took place. They'll kind of, add a little twist to it. So I thought her boyfriend in the end was going to be like, the person who tried to kill her. based on the fact that, she had an affair with the teacher and everything. So she basically cheated on him and all of that. And this guy, he was crazy for her. He gave her an engagement ring and all of that. And I thought that was a little too, I thought it was too much because, they're young and all of that. And, but I guess he felt like she was the one for him. But, at those ages, these kids, they need to be focused on going off to college, get a career, live a little bit. And when I say live a little bit, I don't mean go out into the world and do stupid things, but no, just focus on more or less what you want to do in the world, to make the world a better place, and all of that good stuff, travel or, just whatever. Because at the ending of the day, you don't want any regrets, These are good, but so tangy. You don't want any regrets, and you definitely don't want to be with this person that you will resent later on in life. You know what I mean? If she would have went off and, married this, this young man and everything. But, unfortunately, I hate that this young girl, who I believe she's like in her 30s now, but, this young lady, that she had to go through something like that. But I know that it's definitely a lesson that she'll never forget, and this is a story that can help, any of us, because, for any of you young women, definitely, I would advise that you all just, watch this movie and be careful with who you're dating out here. Be careful who you're chatting with online, and, if you are, getting involved with, it could even come down to your boss, your teachers or what have you, be wise in your decisions. I would advise that, you stay away from that. You know what I mean? Because you're not mature enough to handle everything that goes along with that. You're really just too young to deal with older men, as teenagers and things of that nature. Live your life, pursue career, get an education, learn yourself more, because an older man, he's basically going to control you. He's going to control you and to the place where you'll forget who you are. Or you won't even learn who you are, because you'll basically just try to please him, and especially when there's sex involved and everything, and this is what a lot of these older men do. They want to poison your mind to, do whatever they want, So I would advise, please be careful out there. Please be careful with who you're chatting with online, because people, there's a lot of psychopaths out here. And I can't stress that enough. I watch a lot of true events. I watch a lot of issues and things that's going on in the world. I try my best to stay educated, and, we just can't be as trusting, with certain people. You have to think and be wise, be smart, and pray. Definitely pray. If you're dating someone and something doesn't feel quite right in the pit of your gut or what have you, take a break from that. Take a break from that person, because, our gut feeling and everything like that is there for a reason and everything. So anyhow, hang on. like I said, by the grace of God, the horrific things that this psychopath did to this girl, that it didn't end her life, But he tried with all of his might to just kill this girl, and then not to mention, after he did all of these horrible things, he just drove off and went on about his business. And luckily, by the grace of God, the police did find her, because her parents acted out, so fast. They knew her so well, so they knew that something was wrong. And thank God that she had good parents and good friends and people who did care about her. Thank God she just wasn't one of these troubled teens, and that someone would just say, oh, maybe she ran away, whatever. But it did turn out well for her in the end, and I'm so grateful for that. I just, my heart went out to her, going through her physical therapy and everything. She had a really good physical therapist, and she was patient and everything like that. But can you imagine, learning how to talk again, walk again, and all of that? So she really went through it. It wasn't easy for her. And like I said, when she gave her testimony, I was in tears, because she stated the fact that she was at his mercy. She couldn't help herself. And this man just literally did everything that he could for her not to have breath in her body. Total psychopath. So I was so happy that he did. I'm not sure the sentence that they gave him. I want to say 20 years or something like that, because I believe he's eligible for parole in like 2023 or something like that, or 2024. Hang on a second, let me just go back down and see. And to me, people like this, they should have given him life, because his intention was to kill her, And again, hang on. I just didn't understand why. Because my thing is, if his career was so important to him, he wouldn't have done anything to jeopardize that. So why go cuckoo cray cray? If you valued, your career and everything, why would you jeopardize it? So that's what I say. That was already brewing on the inside of him. It's probably something that he wanted to act out. You know what I mean? It probably was something in him where he wanted to act it out, where he wanted to literally just murder a young girl anyhow. I think that was already in him, and Lord forgive me if I'm wrong, but I just honestly, I feel like that was something that was already in him, because when I looked in this guy's eyes, I was just like, oh no, you could just see clearly that there's something off. You know what I mean? So you just don't become this like overnight. Like it'd have to be something in you, And I just really think it was something in this guy. I'm looking for when he's eligible for parole. I don't see it in this particular article. Yeah, so he left her out there, but this poor girl, I'm just reading something now. She was out there for 30 hours in the cold, in the dirt. And like I said, by the grace of God, that the Lord spared her life to be able to endure this. You know, she had a testimony to tell, and you know, by the grace of God, he spared her life so that she can tell her testimony, learn from this, be able to help other young women and everything. And I do pray for her today. I know that she has 2 children and everything. And I just really pray for her and her family that, you know, that they will be blessed and well and everything. And as I mentioned to any of you, you know, be careful in who you're dating, and just be careful, because the thing about it is, it's so easy for a lot of these guys to come in and be smooth talkers, you know, especially when they're really attractive. You know, and the thing about it is, we seem to think that because someone is attractive, that they're not crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think that a lot of people who are very attractive tend to get away with a lot of criminal activity. You know, because think about it. Even when we look at, like, you know, celebrities today and everything, based on how they look, how they appear to us, you know, if they committed a criminal act, it's kind of hard to believe, because, you know, they're just too beautiful. And, you know, we have to get out of what the person appears to be on the outer appearance. You know what I mean? Because these people can be some of the most deadliest people on earth. You know, you really have to judge people by their character and everything, and take the time to, you know, to get to know them and everything, because it's just a lot going on in the world today. And I mean, I didn't make this video to get, you know, kind of preachy, because, you know, I will, you know, but, you know, we just have to be really, really careful, and not be, you know, if you're a young lady, as I mentioned, and you're out here dating, and be careful too, you know, men, be careful with men in dating, you know, and I'm not saying, you know, of course, I'm not telling you to just date someone you're not attracted to or what have you. Young men and men, you know, be careful. Just because the young lady is beautiful or what have you doesn't mean that she's the one for you. You know, judge someone based on their character and everything. Fall in love with their spirit. You know, take the time out to get to, you know, to know them, because, you know, you could be dating a beautiful woman and she can be completely ugly because she have a bad attitude and everything. Women, you know, just because a guy is handsome and charming or what have you, again, take the time to get to know him, because you don't know who he is and you know, what he's truly like, because a lot of these guys, once they're behind closed doors, they can turn into a total psychopath. Anyhow, I'm gonna go have some dinner, because these strawberries were really, really tangy or what have you. So My review as far as this movie goes, like I said, I thought it was really, I thought it was done really well in telling this young lady's story, Ashley Reeves, and everything. If you haven't seen the movie, this is kind of a spoiler. I didn't go deep into it or what have you, because my thing is, before I let you guys go, I really wanted them to get, I don't know, I kind of felt like I was missing something in a way, because I wanted them to get more into the backstory of the teacher, and everything, and just to see what made him snap, like, who was it, what was his true character, his family, the whole nine or what have you. But I don't know, this was her story and everything, but I kind of felt like there was certain things missing, Anyhow, check the movie out. I will be back with another movie review, because lately, I don't know, I love Lifetime, but some of the movies that they have been putting out, I was just like, oh, okay, I'm bored, or what, what have you. I don't know. Anyhow, guys, I will definitely be back with another movie review. I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you soon. Take care.